now. So you'll probably have to run up there and give permission. There we go. Well, welcome to Saturday Tai Chi Basics and Fundamentals. We are launching a new module today. I see that Julia always comes to class. It's not new for her. She comes to class when she puts something on her head. Most of you probably can't see that at this point, but she puts something on her head because she's always trying to keep herself very erect, which is a very good thing. So nice to see you and your whatever it is, your chalice, your beanbag, whatever it is. That's it's a little beanbag guy. That's cute. All right, sounds wonderful. So welcome everybody. This is a new module of Basics and Fundamentals. We do have some new folks with us today. We have some folks who have been with us for quite a while, and we also have some folks who took a short 3-week module right before Christmas time, right before the holidays. So if you want, so we're a mixed group here. But those of you who are absolutely new, you are the priority folks. Actually, I've gotten feedback from people who aren't new that they really appreciate that. They appreciate the fact that we go over things that we might have done before. And every module is a little different. Yep. And here folks, I wanted to just show you on our first class, we do a lot of this. It's like, yes, this is working for me. Not sure if this is working for me, you know, thumbs down. Whatever you want to do. I also wanted to say that if your environment is quiet, feel free to unmute. That would be fine. And you can also unmute yourself temporarily by just, you know, pushing on the space bar if you want to ask a question at any time. But it's absolutely fine to interrupt. Sometimes I might have my back to you, and it would be good to just say, hey, Dee Dee, there's something not working, you know, and that's just fine. This is your class. Another thing I wanted to tell everybody today, sorry, there's gotta always be some introduction, some introductory information on every new module. One of the things I wanted to tell everybody today, besides that it's your class, is that we need to keep ourselves safe. So if you would please just right now really look around in your environment. You know, your environment likely changes from day to day to day. So look around, take note of where your furniture is. We're going to be moving in our space today. Some people's space is quite small, some people's space is quite large. So do whatever you want to do in order to feel like you can be safe when you're moving in that space. Especially, sometimes we look down, sometimes we look out and use our peripheral vision. And I just want to make sure that you guys, you know, don't have stuff underfoot. So make sure that you're feeling safe with whatever it is that you're doing. I see that some folks are, you know, like warming up. This is another good thing. We will warm up some today, but as classes move forward, we'll warm up in class less and less. Tai Chi is a very good warm up, but it's something that, you know, you're going to want to warm up your body in the way your body likes to warm up. So please don't think that at any given time when I'm talking, you shouldn't be moving or doing whatever you want to do in order to have your body ready to do the work of Tai Chi. Finally, there is something we call the 70% rule, and it's particularly important. So what we like you to do is try new things, try things your body may not have done before, but don't try it all out. Try it 70%. So if we're asking you to stretch or lengthen or contract or whatever, loosen, I want you to think about doing it to 70%. And when you start to feel that you're going over 70%, I want you to come back a little bit. We want to make sure that you don't wake up tomorrow in some zone of agony because you were doing it 95% the whole time. So, and your 70% over time will get bigger. Those of you who've taken other exercise regimens and other disciplines know that your ability expands. So you don't have to go full out at any time. It is good to just sort of push that a little bit, but don't push too far. Are we clear? Is this good for folks? Yep, I'm seeing thumbs up. Sounds great. All right. So what I'd like to, oh, I also wanted to say I did put this in the chat. Not everybody was here, so I don't know if you'll see it all in the chat. And some of you may be on tablets and not be able to see the chat, but I put some information. The videos, one video a week, either yours or the other classes, will be put on a YouTube channel, which is the YCF Seattle channel. So if you just put YouTube, YCF, Y like as in you, it's actually as in Yang, Chengfu. So YCF Seattle channel. All of our videos from our classes are there. So I will also be sending out an email within the next couple of days to sort of welcome everybody, and it'll have that information in it as well. So those are the preliminaries. Sorry that that took so long. We won't be doing that every day. So there'll be very short announcements. What I'd like to do with us first is let's just really sort of warm up our joints. So let's stand with our feet about shoulder width apart. By the way, you'll notice that I have this line here. I'll wear it every class. This line helps you know where my center is, right? It helps you know where my center is. And my center is right between my feet right now, and it goes up right through the top of my head. So if you can stand like that, I'd like you to feel your feet. Feel those feet. Is your weight on one foot more than another foot? How about you get it on both of your feet? Have your knees locked by any chance? Mine tend to do that. Unlock those knees. And when you do, if you can kind of almost sit in a chair a little bit, kind of imagine, yeah, nice. Imagine sitting in a chair and then come up, but keep that bottom of, try that one more time. Just come down a little as if you're sitting in a chair and then come up. But when you do, see if you can keep relaxed in the bottom of your backbone as if it's still kind of reaching for the chair. That would be great. And then coming up, how about your head sort of filled with helium? Something balanced on top of your head. Maybe even a golden cord coming down from a cloud. That's gently helping to hold that head up. You know, that head weighs about 10 pounds. You still feeling your feet? How about a gentle stretch all the way from the bottoms of your feet up through that relaxed lower back that's still pointing down, all the way up your backbone, in and out the very top of your head. And how about letting your arms just relax? And your shoulders. And now, you guys, if you can just relax into that, I'd like to, let's work on our head a little. Do you see this? There's this chicken head I'm doing. Now, I can do a big chicken head. You might do a little chicken head. This is some of the things you might do to check out your body. And then I want you to bring that chicken head in. Again, remember 70%. And then just relax. It may come out a little, but it might not. And then turn your head from side to side. Some of us who have weird necks find that when we do this way and get that head aligned and neck aligned, we don't have quite the crunchies we might have otherwise. Just back and forth gently. Nice. And how about those shoulders? Up, down. Get into your body, understand what it's doing. Again, if something hurts, pull back. It's not how big you do any of these things, it's that you do them. And then let's go back, up, over your head. Imagine a hoodie, down the front, back, up, down. One more time, back, up, down, front, and back the other way, front, up over your head, down. And again, this could be small, it could be big. You can tell I've been moving my shoulders a lot. Nice. Nice. All right. Next week, you're going to bring a chair. We're not going to do a lot of work in the chair, but at the beginning, we're going to do some work in the chair. And we're going to be playing with this part of us next week. But for right now, whatever you want to do to just kind of swing. And think about leaving the bottom of your body quiet while the top of your body swings. Sounds good. And how about that hula hoop? I was 6 years old. Oh, I can see the people who had hula hoops sometime in their life. They've really got this down. I was about 6 when they came out, and I used them all the time. And then you could take the hula hoop from your waist to your hips, and then you could take it to your knees. You remember that? Yeah, you could do it around your knees. We won't stand on one foot and do it, but how about we stand on one foot for a moment and just, yeah, sounds good. Checking out, see if any parts of your body are talking to you today. Now that we've got those warmed up, how about we move a little bit? If this is too fast or too slow for you, you can go your own speed. Sometimes I do this. Now let's play with that a little bit. Could you really lift that foot up? Some of us can, some of us might not be able to. And back. All that really matters is this. I want you to slow it down now and just get conscious of what you're doing. We're going to do an exercise in a minute that has us using our imagination. So what I would like you to do, make sure your space, what we do, let me just also explain. Yeah, I saw everybody turning around. Good. Make sure your space is safe. In this class, when we can, we try to use our imaginations to put our bodies in a place that's not quite like we've ever been before, but to use all the skills, to sort of force our bodies to use the skills that we have. And then that also allows us to get conscious of them and to see what's going on and to think about it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some imaginative work now. Let it act on our bodies, just like little kids would, right? We're going to use the power of imagination and intention to control our bodies. And then we're going to take that and mine it for what it teaches us about our bodies, what we can do individually, and what we want to do in Tai Chi. So that's a lot of what we do in this class. So today we are going to roll a cloud in onto the floor so you can't really see it. And I want you to, but you can, I want you to keep your eyes open because it's going to be important for you to not lose track of your space. And you can either think that it's kind of a Twilight Zone thing and something's just happened to your floor, or that you're on another planet. Think of something that, I mean, in Wednesday's class, we thought of the little Prince planet. Whatever you want to do, I want you to think of a planet that you're going to about to move on. We'll all move on this planet. And I want you to think, I want you to keep looking up. The clouds on the floor, so you can't really look down. I want you to keep yourself safe. And the floor now is going to get, the planet surface is going to get sticky. It's going to get sticky. So I want you to start moving on it. It's kind of just a little sticky, right? So you just move around your room. You don't have to look at me. It's not going to matter. But feel it sticky and its stickiness. Do you feel that stickiness? You've probably been where there was mud. Sometimes feel that stickiness. How is it making you move? I want you to up that stickiness a little bit more so that when you go to pick your foot up, you have to be really intentional about how you get it up. How do you pull it up? Increase that stickiness until, I mean, you've got to make your way. Pick a place in your room. You're going to get at least, you're going to go at least 4 feet. You've got to pull that foot up, get it off the stick, and then get it down and move. And can you do that? I want it to be really sticky. Molly, that's wonderful. Really sticky. So sticky that it's not going to hurt you, but you can't right away just walk the way you usually walk. It's not working. Yeah. Nice. Notice what that's like. What do you choose to pick up first? Does it matter which direction you're going in? If it's sticky, which part you put down first and how you imagine that stickiness squishing out underneath you and glomming onto the bottom of your foot. Now it's going to hold you there. It's going to really hold you there as you move your other foot. You can count on it. Make that space really sticky, that floor. Now, if you're having a tendency to put your head down and watch your feet, remember, there's nothing to see there. Nothing at all. And that head, remember, weighs 10 pounds. Going to make it harder to move. Julia still has her beanbag bear on her head. Move forward. What do you put down first? Is there a part of your foot you put down first? Are you putting it all down first? As you pick up that back foot, what comes up first and what leaves last? As you go backwards maybe, or sideways, just notice, what is it? What's moving? All right, I'm going to blow the cloud off and your floor is coming back to normal. Come up where you can see me. I see some smiles. Was that okay? Did you figure something out? I'd love to hear. Maybe, maybe not. I saw, maybe, maybe not for some of you. Looked like Rima had something to say. Rima.
I think that I always pick up my heel first, regardless of what direction I'm going in. But the direction that I'm going in determines which part of my foot goes down first. So I found when I was walking forward, it was my heel and then ball toe.
Yes.
When I was walking backwards, it was toe, ball, heel, going down first. But either way, the pickup was the same.
I'm just trying to. Yes, I think that was true for me too. That's actually, you took it to a new level, Rima. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, very good. Other people have that kind of experience. You might have had a different experience. Did you have that kind of experience? This is something you can also do at home. I want you to understand any of these exercises you can do while you're waiting for your coffee or tea to be made. You know, you're in your kitchen, you don't have much room, but you can do it. Sarah, did you have something you wanted to say?
Unmute it. Yeah, I can relate with Rima too, but I noticed that when I would step forward, I would try to put my feet down completely flat, if that makes sense.
It does. I saw at least one other person kind of go like this when I said, do you put your foot down all at once, or do you put it? I mean, when we use our imaginations, depending on what we're imagining, we're going to figure out what is the most safe to do. And if you think there's any slipperiness to this at all, you might put your whole foot down at once. I mean, someday we'll do walking on ice. You could also try that, or slippery ice, and you'll find that's part of the tendency that you have at that moment. Is to and how you move your weight. Making the surface different has a profound effect on how we walk and what we imagine. Part of what I wanted to show each of you today is Tai Chi has these slow moves where you oftentimes, you pick up a foot, and then you do something with it, and then you move, and then you get your weight over there, and you get the other foot off, and you pick it up, and you move it somewhere. This happens a lot in Tai Chi, and I wanted you to know that your body already knows how to do it. And oftentimes teachers like me will say, and I want it this angle, and I want it this way, and all of that. And that distracts you from the fact of using what your body already knows how to do. So I wanted you to have that experience, that in fact, you can move this way. And I wanted you to know that when you're uncertain, like you say, what did she say? Am I supposed to put the heel first down or the toe first down? Tai Chi is based on natural movements. So these basics and fundamentals are most of the time, I'll tell you if it's really somehow really different, based on natural movement. So if you remember that, if you just do something like this, you'll find out what Rima discovered today is that when we're moving forward, we usually put our heel down first. And we go heel, ball, toe as we shift our weight. Right? And when we go backwards, we usually go toe, ball, heel. But both times, she pulls her toe up first. There will be times, Rima, in Tai Chi, where when we go backwards, we keep our toe on. And there will be times when we go backwards, we keep our heel on. But there's always a reason for that. So, Molly.
Yeah, I just had I have some Achilles tendon issues. And so I usually step down toe first because my Achilles is unusually short. So would it be best to try to encourage heel first and taking a smaller step, or doing a more full range of motion step that I go down toe first with?
number one, I would say do what you feel is safe to you. But I think I would, in general, for everybody, recommend smaller steps whenever, and it's not just this, there may be other reasons. Like if there's a balance issue, I have people in class sometimes who really have a lot of problems balancing. And then a small steps really helps, because there's not as much, chance of being unbalanced at that point. So I would feel that way for you. I think a gentle stretch, I think it's particularly important to keep yourself in that 70% safe zone. But a gentle stretch when you're all warmed up doing Tai Chi could be really good. So being able to train your body to take small steps, heal first, would probably be a really great idea.
Great, thank you so much.
Ask your doctor though. This is not Dr.
Absolutely.
Didi.
It's like a lifelong thing. I just was curious. Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, some of us have things that are too small. Some of us have things that are too large. And yeah. So everybody has it. Any other comments on this, guys? Fabulous. All right. So one of your assignments today, I mean, we're not done yet, but one of your assignments today is to, for this week, is to imagine different kinds of floor surfaces, if you would like, but particularly the sticky floor, and just get conscious of how you walk and how you move, and what is natural. And if it's not natural for you, push to go heel ball toe going forward, then push that envelope just a little bit, and see how we can do. All right, we ready to go on with our next thing? Fabulous. I wanted to do one other imaginative exercise with you today that you can also practice. So if you would please remember holding a bow in your non-dominant hand. So whatever is not your dominant hand, so if you're right-handed, take it in your left hand. Hold that bow, hold it out, get the string, you remember that, right? Get the string, and you go like this. Yeah, and you look where you're shooting, and you shoot that arrow, right? So, it doesn't matter which side, you could do it whichever feels comfortable to you. Do it just off to the corner somewhere, right? And if I threw you a bow, you could do it pretty fast, just like, right? But I want you to imagine really doing it. We all did it sometime. We might have had a little bow and arrow, or you might have actually done archery, and you know what you're doing, right? And you're stretching across the back, and you're pulling this thing, and it's by your cheek, if I recall, and you're letting it go. Oh, I can see we've got some folks in here who can do this. So that's too easy for you, obviously. So I'm going to throw you this, and when I throw it to you, but we're not doing it yet, but I'm just telling you, when I'm doing it, you're going to take it and you're going to do it, you're going to shoot it, but you're going to be on top of a hill in a tropical storm on rocky ground, like gravelly ground. So there's wind, there's rain. I throw you this bow. You've got to look to the corner. You're on rocky ground. I don't want you to forget the rocky ground and the wind. You've got to find your purchase with your feet, and then you're going to shoot. You got that? I know it's a lot, but it was too easy for you, right? Okay, so here you go. I'm going to throw it to you right now. Grab it and pull. You're on rocky ground. All right, good. Well done. Here, fabulous. We're going to do it again, okay? Don't forget, feel the wind. Start feeling the wind. Feel the wind, feel the rocky ground, feel everything. But you're going to have to move to catch this, okay? You're going to have to take a step to catch it. So, you're going to have to get yourself grounded again. Here we go. I'm going to throw it to you. Ground yourself. It's it's windy. Let go. Okay, I want you to look down at your feet and answer some questions for me. Okay, answer them in your head. I want you to look down at your feet, figure out whether they are parallel or not, or is one off in an angle somewhere. I want you to look at that, and I want you to also figure out whether you bent your knees at all when you did that on the rocky ground in the wind. I'm seeing a thumbs up. I don't know what that is for, so I see 2 thumbs up. I see lots of things. All right, so come forward and let me know what that was, what you saw when you did that.
My foot pointed towards the arrow.
Ah, you had one foot pointed towards the arrow. Where'd the other foot point towards? Both of them towards the arrow?
One towards
Oh.
you and one sort of towards the arrow.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, other folks, where were your feet pointing?
Mine were parallel. And the interesting thing is I totally noticed my abs turn on when I went to.
Oh, I love it. I'm so glad you're in the class. That's wonderful. Right. So your training went, I've gotta be strong here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be strong here. Yeah. And Julia's experience told her she needed a base which was not parallel. She needed a base which was 2 different directions. So where were other people? You want to try it again? Do you think you could do it without cheating? Okay, let's try it one more time, just so you can see what happens. I want you to have to step to get the bow, right? So it's going to be like, oh, I got to, and then I just want you to step, however you're stepping, big or small. I just want you to step and get ready and experiment with that a little bit. Rocky ground, okay? So here we go. Ready? Step and catch it. Get down there. It's rocky. It's windy. What are you going to do? Now look down. Think about your abs, your lower back, your position. Are you parallel? Are you off to a side? What did your body decide to do? Is it the same as what it decided to do before? Maybe, maybe not.
I also get low.
You get low. All right. So there's another one you can do. We won't do it today, but you can do it at home. That's called the earthquake. Oh, come on, let's do it anyway, right? All right. So an earthquake's happening. What do you do? This is what I do, right? 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 All right. So this is your body, and you certainly don't do this in an earthquake, right? That's not what you do. Well, I mean, you might if you were just totally terrified and couldn't move, but you don't do that. All right. So I'm seeing lots of smiles. Anyone have anything else to say about the positions they found themselves in? All right. I'm not hearing that. So next week, we have a couple more things to do this week, but next week, we are going to learn the bow step. And I just wanted to tell you that actually, like Julia said, in the bow step, you end up with 1 foot pointing, one foot pointing where you're going. So if I'm going this way, 1 foot's pointing where I'm going. And 1 foot is pointing out 45 degrees. And let me do it this way, because that would be more like, and what she said, if I turn this here, it kind of looks like they're close to parallel, but one is pointing out the direction that I'm going, right, Julia? This one's pointing the direction that I'm going, and this one was pointing towards the screen, which is actually what Julia said. And part of what I wanted to say is that for those of you whose feet were absolutely parallel, you did have to bend your knees and tighten up because it was rocky ground. And if they were completely parallel, because you are, and we'll talk more about this next week, you're not very stable this way. And you're not very stable this way, you know? And you are very stable this way and this way, this way and this way. Now, you might have been parallel this way and kept your upper body this way. That's possible too. But we'll go into all those directions next week, show you the strength of a bow step, which some of your bodies invented. The other thing I want to say to Sarah and other people is everything you guys did was right? The bending of the knees, the making sure your body was integrated and your abs were engaged. All of this stuff is the kind of stuff that you need when you are doing your work. One of the things we do differentiate, and we'll be talking about that next week, just beginning to talk about it, is that while we want to have in Tai Chi, while we want to have the body very integrated through here and strong, the same time we want to have it loose. We want to have it able at any moment to help us turn other parts of our body into a whip. And we'll be getting into that 3 or 4 or 5 classes from now. So all of that comes later. And what's wonderful is in doing that, you folks are going to imagine what it is like to do various things, learn what your body already knows, apply it to Tai Chi. And in the process, you're just going to become more aware. It's going to make your Pilates better. It's going to make your other things that you do. It's going to help. It's going to help your whole body to integrate itself and be actually more safe if you get on rocky ground or if you get on a slippery surface, or if you suddenly are dropping something and have to retrieve it, or whatever happens to you in your life. So these are all good things for us. We haven't done much with our upper body. I want to take us through an exercise. We'll be doing a lot in this class, so just follow my call. How about you remember where we started? We felt our feet. We very much had an equal weight on our feet. We unlocked, oh, remember that? We unlocked those knees. We kind of sat down a little bit, came back up, but kept them unlocked. We stretched, we hooked ourselves to a cloud. Tiny weights on the end of our arms. Now, I want you to feel behind your shoulders like they just got bigger. And as they do, your arms, which are hanging there, just sort of turn because you're bowing your back. And then your arms are going to float up like they had a little helium. Your feet are still heavy. And then we're going to droop those elbows, let a little helium out. Now we're pushing down. What are we pushing down? A beach ball into the water until there's a point, right? You can't push anymore. And then we're going to relax and do it again. Across the back, turning our upper arms, floating up, still feeling our feet, And a little wave at the top when those elbows come down. Pushing. And then coming back. Across the back. Helium into those arms all the way out to your fingertips, coming up, and then from your upper arms to your elbows, droop, push, push, push. Oh, can't push anymore. Back. And now we want to drag our fingers through the warm sand. Grab some up. If you're comfortable, up on your toes, squeeze, down, open. Let the sand go through. Imagine the beach, the sun, sand where you want it on this table maybe. Pull it up, squeeze, it's warm in your hands. It goes through your hands. Inhaling through the sand. Grab, squeeze, exhaling. One last time, inhaling. Hold it, exhaling. Thank you guys. Any final comments or questions?
Thank you for class today, Dee Dee.
You're very welcome. Very
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Hope to see you guys next Saturday. And again, we do similar stuff on Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So you're welcome to join us then too.
Okay.
So your
Thank
cat
you.
is going to join Lisa Desjardins' cat as one of my favorite things to watch. Is she limping?
Oh, my cat?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I just want to stop the recording. She's had two or three